What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Well, an early evening tour of Cypress Lawn Memorial Park here in Colma. It's a little after 4 p.m. As you guys can see, the sun is starting to shift around now. It's starting to get into that position where it's going to start going down pretty soon. So I got about an hour, maybe a little less, before this place closes. So let's walk around in here in this early evening, late afternoon little visit here. Tell you what, this place is stunning when it starts to get dark. This place is gorgeous. There's a line of private areas right here. It's beautiful. I have this place almost all to myself. There's a few people in here. There's a couple cars I've seen, but this one right here, Lacoste. See here, Marie Lacoste, native of France, August 29th, 1929. Frank, native of France, was October 27th, 1908, I do believe. Leon, July 31st, 1876 to April 25th, 1947. And then there's a George, 1874 to 1958. And then up top here, it's dark in here, there's a Ruth, March 27th, 1893 to April 10th, 1956. Beautiful tiled floor in there as well. Let's see here. This kind of reminds me of something you'd see possibly in Highgate Cemetery. Just this line of crypts. And I don't see a single name on here. I think it looks like this inside was redone. It looks like it's new work because all of the spots there do not have names on them. But they look like they were freshly done, like fresh stonework or something. And there are flowers and stuff in here, so. Peckham. Really clean inside of these things. Really awesome. Nicholas Oland. Now the last time I was here, or actually not the last time, but a couple times ago, a while back, several months now, there was some restoration work going on the inside of this. One of the bottom crypts looked like they were working on it. I think they were putting a new front, or they were doing something in there because there was a stand and it looked like they were doing work in there. Let's see, it was this bottom one right here. It had the front off of it. I think they were redoing the front or something. I don't know if they're putting a new front on. It's a Helen Jane Baldwin, 1904 to 1976, but that was on the bottom there. They had the front off of it and it looked like they were doing something in there. It's hard to see through the window here. Off to the side of it, looks like they put a bench up here. It's a brand new bench on the side. Oh, very nice. And walking up to what they say is the east entrance. This is not the main entrance that I came in. This is there's a back entrance. They call it the east entrance. They call these the Noble Towers. And I think these are so awesome. Looks like a castle kind of thing. It looks really, really cool. I'm gonna try to look up a little bit more about these to see what the purpose was, because there's doors in them. Obviously, maybe you can go inside of them. I don't think I can. They're locked, obviously, but I just at one time I wonder what the purpose was. Too. Both of the back doors of these towers are locked with a padlock and chain, but I wonder if we can see inside one. Crazy. Well, let's see if we can see in the other one too. It's probably the same as the first one. Looks like somebody tried to forcibly get in here, and looks like that's why they have it locked up here. This looks like somebody did. Very interesting. I love the beautiful construction of this. The you know, what it went into creating this. It's just gorgeous. Very, very interesting. Couple of towers. I took some pictures of the inside. I'll probably throw them in right about now. So this is William Summers. It says in his Find a Grave bio, he's an early California pioneer. He was born in Danville, Caledonia County, Vermont, moved to San Francisco, California during the California Gold Rush. William listed his occupation as capitalist. He is buried with his Summers family in the Summers Mausoleum, a beautiful granite mausoleum which he commissioned. So, the Gold Rush, like a lot of people, brought him here from Vermont. He lived from December 21st, 1830 and died September 15th, 1911. So he lived a good life. Capitalist, Gold Rush brought him here originally. This thing's gorgeous. William is right there at the center top. And then we got a Kate. Born February 2nd, 1840, died April 11th, 1915, a native of Vermont, both of them. And there's family on the sides as well, but it's kind of hard to make it out. There's a nice stone bench in here, though. And then Kate, yeah, that's his spouse below him that I said before. That's his spouse. Let's see here. There's children, George Burbank Summers, 1862 to 1926, May 1866 to 1929, and Burbank Summers, 1869 to 1904, is all who is, I do believe all is who is in here. And this pyramid-shaped one is of the final resting place of Hugh Whittle. He lived from 1807 to 1887. It says this pyramid monument is one of the more unusual in the cemetery, and it has attracted attention since it was created. 6 feet square at the base and equal in height, it is a miniature of Egyptian pyramids. Chiseled along its sloping sides is a discussion of Whittle's life and travels. The monument was the cause of considerable fascination when it was first placed at the Masonic Cemetery on Lone Mountain. This was especially true since Whittle was still alive and living at the fashionable Occidental Hotel. He had been a passenger aboard the Pacific Mail steamship California, a 1,000-ton side-wheeler first steam vessel to sail around Cape Horn and through the Golden Gate Strait. Arriving February 29th, 1849, Whittle told reporters he placed the monument to assure that he would be remembered precisely in the manner of his own choosing. Beautiful monument. All that's kind of hard to make out. The sun is hitting it wrong right now. But interesting monument. I would have got like gophers. Looks like we got some gophers or something there on that, but beautiful monument. Oh, let me read this bad boy. I can see it on this side. All you that chance this grave to see, if you can read English, may learn by me. Traveled, read, and studied mankind to know, and what most interested, then here below. The present or the future state, love of power. It's hard to make out the bottom. Fear, love, or hate occupied each wakeful hour. All would teach, but few would understand. He greater part know little of either God or man. Love one another, a very good maxim, all agreed. Learn, like labor and wait if you would succeed. Wow. But the other side I cannot make out, unfortunately. Maybe I can. I'm gonna take the find a grave to see if I can. There's an inscription. If he has a bio, they might have put the inscription on the other side, from the other side that I couldn't read. This beautiful mausoleum right here is Dr. Charles M. Hitchcock. He resided in the Upper Napa Valley, died of kidney, sounds like kidney failure, disease of the kidneys, which I guess would be like kidney failure or bad kidneys. Very, very beautiful and interesting on this one. I love the construction. Doctor, he was a doctor, so he has this whole area. It's a circular little thing you could drive around. It has this whole little area by himself in the middle. Upon further reading his Find a Grave bio, I guess he was a military doctor as well, which is interesting. Looks like he was a doctor. He was in the military in the Mexican War, is what it says as well. Now, unfortunately, there's no windows in this thing, I don't think. I don't even know if you can even see through the door. There's a lot of iron work on the door. But there's no windows. There's not going to be light provided in there. Yeah, it's kind of hard. Kind of hard to see what's going on in there. Huh. It's about 4:42 right now. They close at 5. So let's just walk around this thing so you guys can appreciate. As you can see, it's got its own road around it. This guy, you know, he had the cheddar. He's got this thing all to himself, pretty much, in this middle turnabout, whatever they call it. Beautiful as the sun starts to come down a little bit. Wow, listen to the sound of peacefulness. Look at this interesting grave over here. I can't even make out anything on it. It's like so rubbed out. Interesting on this statue here, somebody left a little action figure. We got one underneath these trees here. Arthur Brown Jr. It says architect on it. Let's see, I found him in the Cypress Lawn book. He lived from 1854 to 1957, or 1874, excuse me, to 1957. Oakland-born architect, he made significant contributions to the city of San Francisco, including his design of the Palace of Horticulture at the Panama Pacific International Exposition, 1915, the Civic Center, 1915, and Coit Tower, 1934. His grave, almost in the shadow of the mausoleum containing the remains of Lily Hitchcock Coit, is marked with a simple sarcophagus below his name. Brown's only epitaph is a single word, architect. Okay. Now we're headed back to the Hitchcock one, because reading that last one, Mr. Brown there, it talked about Lily Hitchcock Coit. She lived August 23rd, 1843, died July 22nd, 1929. She's also in here as well with the doctor. It says, she was a folk figure, philanthropist born Elizabeth Hitchcock. Lily moved to San Francisco with her family in 1851. Soon after her arrival, she developed a love for the volunteer fire department, specifically for the Knickerbocker Engine Company No. 5. Several years later, when she was 15, she earned her place with the fire department when she led bystanders to help pull a struggling Knickerbocker engine No. 5 up Telegraph Hill to beat all the other engine companies to a fire that was adopted as the company's mascot. Becoming well known in the city for rushing out to every fire and for taking care of the city's firefighters, she was named an honorary member of Knickerbocker Engine Company No. 5 on October 3rd, 1863. In 1869, she married businessman Howard Coit, but the couple separated in 1880, and the marriage officially ended with Howard's death in 1885. Following her death, she left 1/3 of her fortune to the city of San Francisco for beautification. The money was used for the construction of Coit Tower on Telegraph Hill and for a statue in honor of the volunteer fire department in Washington Square. So that's another person in here with the doctor. Looks like the Charles, the doctor, was her father. So that's interesting. That last grave that we found underneath this tree down here with the architect clued me into somebody else who was in here. Wow. All right, I got about 10 minutes, maybe less, before they close this cemetery. As you can see, it's getting darker. I got to get my butt out of here before they lock me in here. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. We found some interesting characters along the way, some interesting, little mausoleums, and interesting, double towers at the other gate. It was a good day, I'd say. And this is getting darker. I love these evening vlogs. I love shooting videos this time of day or night, early evening here. Anyway, guys, if you dug it, like I said, give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and click that bell icon. Therefore, you can be notified of all of my future uploads. It's good to be back from sickness, vacation, etc. I missed you guys, and I will be talking to you later. If you heard gunshots, there's a shooting range nearby. Don't worry, I'm safe.